Hello there, I'm John from Barbara.
And I'm also from Barbara. I'm called Henry.
And we're going to be answering some questions.
Question 1, John. What do you most like about playing music?
Where do I start? Well, I love the energy of the audience. I love turning around on stage and looking at our band smiling, enjoying the moment, enjoying being as silly as possible on stage and getting away with it in the pure name of art.
What inspired you to start playing and making music?
Well, I used to enjoy playing ELO songs on the piano. I made a big CD mixtape of all ELO's greatest hits, and I would just go through them one by one. Last Train to London.
Don't list all the ELO songs.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll ask one more, and then you can do 3. We'll do three. Describe, please, your creative process when you write music.
My process? I'm glad you asked. Process, it's always, it's different every single song. Sometimes it starts with a lyric, sometimes it starts with a melody, sometimes it starts with me and you together in a room coming up with something. But usually there's no hard and fast rule to writing music. I wish there was, because then we would start a nice factory line of a song a week.
But it doesn't really work like that, does it?
No.
You never really know how long it's going to take to nail a song.
Let me ask you a question. Who's your ideal musician to collaborate with and why?
Collaborate with, I always say that Randy Newman is one of my favourites. See, even when I give the answers, you can't hold yourself
Try not to creak
back.
that chair.
Randy Newman is one of the most underrated songwriters. Go on.
I love LA.
This is one of his songs. Next question.
Short people.
No, come on, next question.
Are there any musicians who inspire you? What qualities do you admire about them?
Inspire us.
Randy Newman again?
Yeah, I was going to say Randy Newman. I'll tell you who it recently has inspired us. The band The Lottery Winners, who we supported on Friday night, because they have shown how, a small independent band can go from playing crowds of 50 people to crowds of 500 people in 2 or 3 years in the same city. And Barbara would dearly like to emulate that. Please let us be like the Lottery Winners. So they're lovely people as well. People should check out the Lottery Winners. Okay, one more question from you, please.
Henry, describe your favourite venue for performing.
I knew that you were going to skip one of them out.
I didn't. We didn't skip one out.
Oh, right, fine.
Describe your favourite venue for performing.
A full one with lots and lots of people in.
Any specific menu?
We did the O2 Ritz in Manchester as support for Haircut 100 last year, and it was about 1,500 people. It was absolutely rammed and rocking for the support band, which was us, and that was maybe one of the best Barbara shows there's ever been. Right, which skills have you gained that help you perform effectively?
Skills
As a musician.
Well, the only thing that I have learnt that's really helped me is, when I started doing music, I was a very anxious person. I found performing on stage very stressful, very anxiety-inducing. But as I've, learnt to love myself as I've got older, and I've not cared so much about what people think, it's become much easier to be on stage, and now I love it. And I like being silly on stage.
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing, isn't it, that you love yourself, isn't it? Because no
baby.
one else does.
Sorry.
Tell me about. No, I've got 2 more to ask you. Tell me about your favourite performance in your career.
Well, my career, it takes me back to 2020. It was a different time. It was a different time, a more innocent time.
No, the best performance you've ever done.
Best performance I've ever done, probably.
We can rattle through these. We don't have to spend a minute on each one.
The best performance when I really felt like I was racking.
Yeah, when you feel you're on form.
When I was racking. Oh God. Probably.
It's not a long list, is it?
Maybe one of the Divine Comedy gig. No, maybe Wales Haircut 100.
That was Cardiff.
It was at
Haircut 100 support. What was that venue?
What was the venue called? Cardiff. The Tram Shed.
That was great. Okay. Here's a tricky one for you. Describe your worst performance, and what did you learn from this experience?
I know exactly. I've got two.
Okay, go on.
One was for our worst performance. Probably we did a birthday party, didn't we? And it was just quite awkward because there were very drunk people at the front, and there was very few people in the room. And
it's not that we didn't perform badly, and we enjoyed ourselves. Didn't we,
my worst performance, never had one.
We enjoyed ourselves.
What's
really tricky about things like doing events like birthday parties is there's no stage. There's just you, and if there happens to be some very, very, very drunk people, they can kind of be right up in your face,
right up in your grill,
and that can be quite tricky. And that was an interesting experience. Okay, your turn to ask me, mate.
What qualities do you think make a good musician or a great musician?
Okay, I've lost. You do the thing. Qualities that make a great musician: willing to
obey orders,
willing to put in the hours. This is such a boring answer. Willing to put in the hours of rehearsing and improving your craft. There you go. That's the same for anything. It's the same for footballer, same for knitting. It's any skill. The more you do it, the better you get, and you can't expect to just be brilliant. You can't all be like this guy. Next question, please.
Is there another musician you've mentored or trained?
Oh, I wonder.
Describe what you've done to help them.
I wonder.
Well, you reckon that?
I've taught John everything he knows.
Everything I know.
Next question. I think it's probably my turn.
Sure.
Have you ever taught anyone to play an instrument?
No.
Can you play an instrument?
No.
I
can. Hang on. Whoa, Nelly, reel it in.
Come on.
Reel it in.
Come on.
I can play the piano. I can play the violin. Got to grade 8 in both, but forgot everything I learnt. No, but I write songs now on the piano. No.
But no, that's not the question. Have you taught anyone to play?
Have I taught anyone to play? Let me say no. Moving on.
What's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
I'll tell you exactly.
What have I told you?
It was, what have you told me? Well, I'll have to check my notes. The best advice I've ever got from a musician was, we worked with Charlotte Glasson. On the song Enduring Love. She put some horns, some sax, some baritone, I think, on that song.
Yeah.
And we worked with two people. I've forgotten the name of the other person.
Gregory.
Lizzie. Oh, Lizzie. Yeah. Sorry. And Lizzie said, it wasn't Charlotte, Lizzie said that when she decides to do projects, and I'm sure a lot of musicians are like this, it's got to be a trifecta approach. One is the money. Basically, you need two out of the three things of the trifecta.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
to be there.
What are the three things?
So one of them is mates.
Yeah.
Mates, money, music.
Mates, money, music.
Are the mates good? Are the people good you're working with? Is it a good team? Right? So mates, money, or music is the last one.
Don't do that.
Just mates, money, music.
Single with your single.
And yeah, if two of the three fit, then you go for the project. So for example, Barbara. Okay, mate. Two of the three. Mates, money, or music have to be ticked for you to say yes to a project.
Okay, what's the process for dealing with performance anxiety?
I would not perform if I got anxiety. I don't like to do anything, and I mean anything, that's stressful in life. If I got nervous for performing, I wouldn't do it. We had an interview yesterday where the host was talking about how, performing is one of the most nerve-wracking and terrifying, but also one of the most exhilarating and fun things. And I just thought, that's not in my case. In my case, being on stage is very, very easy. It didn't used to be, but you get older, you get a bit more calmer, you get a lot more self-love.
But wouldn't you say, though, just to challenge this, wouldn't you say that the reason why you're not anxious is that you did it when you were a bit anxious and you became less anxious through doing it? Because what I think they're asking here is, what would you say to a budding musician? Imagine this.
Don't care what other people think of you.
Someone wants to be the next John Tydeman. I know it's hard to imagine.
Bloody big shoes to fill.
Someone wants to be the next you.
Sure.
And they say, I've got it all down. I've got the silly hair. I've got the all the other things about you. But I get anxious when I go on stage. Now, you're not going to say to them, are you? Don't do it. You're not going to say that.
Don't do it.
No, you'd probably say, just stick at it.
No, say, why are you anxious? Why are you anxious?
Oh, we don't have what would you say?
Therapy. £80 an hour. I'm available.
And I'm the therapist.
I'm the therapist.
Okay.
I just say, why do you...
Why
your anxiety comes through people judging you. When you're young, you want to be cool. You want to be hip. You want to be trendy. You want to be the coolest cat in the room. But when you get older, you don't care about that so much. And
so what you say? What's your advice? Get older.
Get older.
Older.
I've been thinking. You seen that Jeremy Corwin clip?
Yeah, come on, concentrate.
I've been listening.
Let's stay on this.
Yeah.
So your advice to them is just...
How would you handle travelling and being away from your home for an extended time period while you're on tour?
My
You got no family, no friend, no girlfriend, no...
My boring answer is be able to take yourself away from the group. Be comfortable on your own time. If I love spending time with the lads when we're on tour. Equally, I love having 3 or 4 hours to myself, whether I'm wandering around a new town or listening to a podcast or something on the bus. So be comfortable in your own skin, because it's nice to just get that time to sort of refresh and recharge before you go back into the very intense experience of either being on stage, but also just being around. If you're around lots of mates in a van, it's very it can be pretty full on. Next question.
Yeah, I'd also like to have mates in a van. I've yet to find out.
Come on.
What would you do if your audience looked tired or bored during your performance?
That's probably one for you, isn't it? Really, because it's more than anyone, the front man has a responsibility.
Well, firstly, I can't really see the audience too well because of the lights.
You're blindfolded, aren't you?
I don't think we've ever had a tired or bored looking audience. I mean, we did one gig once, a festival, where about 8 people showed up. So that was a different sort of crowd, wasn't it?
But just imagine what you would, even if it's never been the case, what would you do? Or would you think...
Get some crowd participation, maybe.
Yeah, okay. And you're quite good at that, aren't you? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay.
Tell me what your first music teacher was like. What lessons did you learn from them that you still use today? Get to the camera.
We had a piano teacher called Mark Ritchie, who is this lovely Irishman.
Wild man.
A wild man.
Big hair, great big bushy beard.
He's brilliant, and he was brilliant. He is brilliant. And
slightly mad in the best possible way. He used to get a one of those pencils that had the lead. You twist it and the lead, and he would go.
He might see this. He shouldn't say.
No, I love Mark. Mark. But he said if you make a mistake, he would put the pencil into my ear, and every time I made a mistake, talk about the pressure and the sweat dripping down my face. If you make a mistake, I'm going to just...
But he was joking,
screw
though.
It. Oh, yeah. What are you saying? I can't hear out that eardrum.
He was joking. Obviously it was a joke.
He would twist the lead a bit more.
Wouldn't do it. John thinks he lives in a Roald Dahl story. Okay, John, one for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever participated in any music competitions? Did you ever win a prize?
Yeah.
Which competition? No. I don't think we ever have done. We used to be in...
We used to do music competitions and stuff, and we used to do the Brighton Orchestra, Sussex Orchestra. Didn't really like it. No competition. No, we did violin competitions, and I think we probably came first.
They were quite nerve-wracking and not much.
When you're a kid, it's all nerve-wracking.
Yeah. What would you do if you made a mistake during a performance?
Well, that's probably for you, isn't it? Because I don't make mistakes. I mean, if I make a mistake, I can sort of get away with it.
There's a really boring answer to that, which is you just carry on as if you haven't made a mistake.
You just style it out, don't you?
Style it out. That's the kind of way. That's what that means. What made you want to become a musician?
And I don't want to become a musician. I don't even think I am a musician. That's one for you because you play the keys. No.
It's the thing that one of the things in life I like the best, and I'm probably the best at.
Hello.
I'm not the best, as in it's of all the things I can do, which is not a long list. Music is one of the ones that I can do best.
Which instruments did you play in high school?
We wouldn't say high school, would we? We would say secondary school. Or just
what would you
school.
play? What did you play?
Violin and piano, same as you, Phill.
Yeah.
What accomplishments do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 years? How long have they got?
Well, I'd like to inspired. I mean, wouldn't it be great? I'd love to start a kind of animal rescue shelter in the countryside somewhere. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Musical wise, I just would like to do that. I'm a big animal fan. Either that or start my own wrestling promotion.
Don really likes wrestling. Do you have any... Well, actually, that links very nicely to the next question.
Yeah, I love...
well, the question is, do you have any hobbies or interests? Well, you love wrestling,
I like Studio Ghibli, I like horror movies, I like movies in general. I volunteer at Whitewall Cinema in Brighton, great pop-up cinema. But most of all, I love pro wrestling. The WWE is where
I don't have any interest in wrestling whatsoever. I find it all quite tiresome and ridiculous.
And the WWE is the hottest the product has been in perhaps 20 years since the Attitude Era. All
right. It's not a wrestling interview.
Wish it was.
What strengths? That's about. We don't have any of those.
Strengths.
Yeah.
Move on.
What strengths do we have?
Weaknesses. This is more us.
Yeah, let's do
This is more us.
weaknesses. What weaknesses do you have?
What strengths do you think that make musicians?
Well, let's do it together. Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths.
What's
I
your,
think
what's
that
your
we
best
are very.
strength? What's your best strength?
I think that sometimes embracing your inner child and going, why not do that chord? Why not do that lyric? Why not put that genre against that? If you're
things a bit wacky,
because you don't have
kooky,
you don't have a traditional education with regards to music. You know, you're not like, let's put that there. We have to put that. We have to follow those rules. If you're an amazing guitarist, you're probably, well, I don't know, but you might feel constrained by the rules of which you're working. But we can just go, hey, look, this is a great guitar part. Send it to our guitarist. Send it. Make it.
And what about
Release
weaknesses? Do you have any weaknesses?
Weaknesses? No. Weaknesses. That you're actively working to improve on. I think my singing's got a little bit worse since I was a young pup. When I was 18, I had this lovely.
You could reach higher notes.
Yeah,
couldn't you? That's just getting older, isn't it? That's just
It's
getting older.
tragic. No, because Macca held his voice until he was about 65. I'm 29 and I'm already struggling to sing the high notes. But I just try and do singing exercises as much as possible. Steam my vocals.
Yeah, you do. You do a good job of keeping your voice in check. Which instrument's your favourite to play? You can play the piano, can't you?
Should we play a bit?
No. We can't actually play any other instruments. Piano and violin, and we can't.
Piano,
we're not good guitarists.
Oh, come on, melodica.
You can play the melodica. We're not very good guitarists, are we? We're kind of absolutely budget guitarists.
Budget guitarist.
What
bass,
is it about music
bass
that makes you feel passionate?
What about music?
That's a hard one.
I don't know. Not a clue.
Well, I would say nothing quite moves you or moves one as a song, as that sort of special moment in a particular song that you like. You know. Sorry, my phone. And that's pro. Who's that? That's actually an alarm telling us to do this interview.
Great.
So I beat the alarm.
Great.
Yeah, music. I mean, who hasn't walked along the street and a particular song, just moved them profoundly. What's your favourite song at the moment?
My favourite song at the moment.
Aren't you listening I know. Aren't you listening to lots of
Dent May?
That?
Dent May. Jellyfish? No, Dent May. And who's that other artist he did the song with? How's it go?
Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. Time slips away.
Okay, fine. Right, come on, let's get through
And
this.
you can't look back. The years have long gone. Tomorrow is another day.
Right, three left. Describe your favourite and least favourite part about being a musician.
I don't like carrying heavy gear.
It really doesn't.
Henry's keyboard.
And there's lots of heavy gear to carry. The keyboard is the heaviest,
It's
isn't it?
ridiculous.
Right, okay, not your. Okay, what's your favourite?
My favourite part is
you like getting the mixes back.
No,
don't
I like
you?
everything. But I like being in the service stations at tour because it's this liminal space where diets go out the window. I like it. It's
you
a
like
great life, isn't it?
Eat unhealthily.
It's the opposite of boring. It's not a boring office job, I tell you that. And life is about having fun, but also no, but it's
this next question says, "What's life about?" Doesn't say that because we don't care about John the Guru. Which instrument is your least favourite to play? That's a hard question, isn't it?
Least favourite to play.
Well, there's
what
loads
about
that you can't
piano?
play. There's loads that you can't play, isn't there? So do they count? I don't think there is an
I don't really
instrument.
have it. I mean,
yeah, it's the least favourite. What else do you... Oh, final question. This is a slightly wider one. What else do you want fans to
Check
know?
out Barbara the Band online if you like cosy, eccentric, retro, vintage, British themed progressive pop that has been siphoned through theatrical, splendorific
All right.
silliness. Then hit up Barbara the Band on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah. And if
we're on the TikTok.
Yeah, we're even on TikTok, aren't we? So we've got final thing we've got to say. This is
Barbara the Band, or this is Barbara.
This is Barbara.
And you are watching Leaf Pile Television. Rocket Jonesy. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Should we do that again?
Yeah.
I'll say the first bit. Here we go. This is Barbara.
And you are watching Leaf Pile
Television.
My love, since when moved on, so now I pretend the